Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mini Scroll, the daily internet culture podcast bringing you the biggest stories from social media, the creator economy, and the digital space every Monday through Thursday. I'm your host, Lauren Meisner, the founder of the youth digital media brand, Centennial World. Welcome back to Mini Scroll, everyone. Tomorrow is the biggest day of my whole career. I have had one day at South by Southwest yesterday. We went with MailChimp and it was amazing. We created a bunch of content for them. Today is like a regular day, regular quote unquote, because I am getting ready for tomorrow, which like I said is I think the biggest day of my whole career. I am starting with my makeup artist coming to my house at 5:30 a.m. and we are doing obviously a full face of glam. I'm doing 2 panels at South by Southwest. The first one in the morning is on the main stage. So I'm doing those 2 panels, 10:15 and then 12:30. And then I have a lunch with the panelists, which will be nice, hopefully like a good way to decompress. And then at 4:20, I am interviewing Heather Gay and Whitney Rose of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in real life. And I did get approvals that it can go on the podcast. So hopefully the interview is good enough that I feel like it deserves a spot, on the pod. But I'm so excited for that because you guys know I am like the world's biggest Housewives fan. I am like Bravo's #1 fan down under. I swear to God. I live in Australia. That's why I said down under, if anyone doesn't know. So yes, I am so excited. And then after that, I'm going to a film premiere with my brother at South by Southwest. So look, it's going to be a freaking crazy day. I'm really excited, but it's like a big whirlwind. I've had some really huge moments before, in my career, but like I have never had a day that had this many like really intense, exciting moments packed into one. And all of them, I've done all these things before. I've spoken on panels. I've interviewed celebrities. I interviewed Andy Cohen, but like this is just the step above all of that. Like this is like South by Southwest main stage. This is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in real life for 20 minutes for the podcast. Like it's all just like a level up from all the different things I've done. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. But I'm excited. All right, let's just get into the stories for today. I feel like it was a little bit light on news today. I don't know about you guys, but again, tomorrow there will be no episode because obviously I have the day of my lifetime. So Thursday, hopefully there will be a lot of news to bring you guys. Okay, the first story that I have is that Brianna Chickenfry is facing backlash for how she covered the Menendez Brothers and also for diminishing her co-host Grace O'Malley's experience with alleged sexual assault. So Brianna Chickenfry is facing backlash for her opinion on the Menendez Brothers in a recent episode of Plan Brie. The Menendez Brothers is a new true crime documentary on Netflix about brothers Lyle and Eric Menendez, who were convicted of murdering their parents in 1989. Now, I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want it to be too triggering, but basically the Menendez brothers were abused by their parents. And Brianna on her podcast said basically that they should have just run away or gone to college or something to escape from the abuse and that they had other options.
Meditated, shoot your mommy in the face, your daddy in the face while they're on the couch, and you think, woohoo, oh, that's because they were mean to us, they did bad stuff to us. You run away. You run away. Run away. You don't need to kill people. I think you should be in prison forever because you murder people. I think that's how the life works. You murder people, you stay in prison. If you think that's wrong, maybe we need to talk because murderers go to jail.
Mm-hmm. I just your father raping you, it's just a whole different thing that you wouldn't understand. We both wouldn't understand. I don't know. It's wild. It's just
you
wild.
Run away.
Okay, and then the second thing that she is facing backlash for is, again, on an episode of Planned Brie with Grace. Grace is her co-host, Grace O'Malley, who I mentioned in the intro. So she talked about an experience that she had in Atlantic City where she was, she said, coerced or forced into something at 16. And then Brianna went on this like rant about how 16-year-old girls don't know any better, but they shouldn't be hanging out with like divorced men at bars, and it just went on and on and on. So listen to this.
Something bad happened last time I was there that shaped me as a woman.
It was really bad.
So do with that what you will. But
and
that
that's
won't
not
be
going to
happening
happen again.
Because now
No.
I am a strong, independent woman who knows what she wants and will not be settling for anything less or being coerced or forced into anything else.
Yeah. Well, when you're 16, you just don't really know anything. And when you're 16, girls, if you're 16 listening to this, or play this for your daughter if you have a 16-year-old daughter, when you're 16 and maybe your mom brings you to Atlantic City, maybe you girls shouldn't hang out with the divorced men at the bar. Maybe you should go find other 16-year-olds. Maybe you shouldn't hang around older men because that's really scary and wrong, and they will always take advantage of you because that's just what life is, and men are scary. So let's stay away because, it sounds so fun and cool in the moment, but then when you grow up, you look back on those experiences scary and horrific. So stay away from older men and hang out with people your age. That's how life should be. Be a good 16-year-old, not do what we did. You can still have fun. Stick with your age group.
It's not your fault.
So yeah, the way that Brianna's diminishing Grace's experiences, almost like putting it back on her and saying like, we shouldn't have made these decisions at 16, and because we made these decisions, this thing happened to you, is so fucked up and so toxic and just so not true at all. I'm sure she meant well. I'm sure she was genuinely trying to warn young women. And it does remind me, like, it's reminiscent of how women, my mom, like a different generation spoke to us. I'm a young millennial, like, growing up about protecting ourselves as women. It reminds me of that. It was like coming from a good place, and it was trying to say like the world out there is really bad and men are really bad and like you need to protect yourself. But the way that it is presented is so often putting the onus and the blame on you as the woman. And, it's literally just never your fault. If you are the victim of a sexual assault or anything like that, like it is not your fault. So Brianna, she stays problematic. She is our problematic podcast queen, that's for sure. Okay, the next story that I have, you guys were like frothing for the Aspyn Ovard divorce update that I gave yesterday. I've been giving updates this whole time, but that one, probably because it was talking about the mother-in-law stuff, that one popped off. So she is still posting, insane content. She is still going nuts. I actually think, so someone on my team said this, and I thought, you know what, that's actually valid. I hadn't considered from that angle, but like, she got engaged at 19. She has always been an adult, even when she was supposed to be young and having fun and in her 20s and like, just making those mistakes and kind of going insane. And maybe that's just like the manifestation, like that's just like what we're seeing right now from her is her living out her like young 20s, like getting that like energy and chaos out. But like she's doing it on TikTok for us amid her divorce and like about the topic of her divorce. I don't know. I kind of love it though. I hope she's okay though. So she addressed actually her divorce timeline on the Cheers podcast with Avery Woods. And I wanted to just like kind of go through what she said. So she said she gave birth to her third baby weeks before filing for divorce, which I think we knew. She said the day her divorce leaked to the press was also the day she filed. So she thinks it was probably someone at the law firm who leaked it, which would be such a breach of like, I assume some type of client, lawyer, confidentiality. Like that would just be so fucked up. I'm sure it happens all the time with famous people, but like I can't even imagine. She said she hadn't spoken to, she hadn't told like a lot of her friends and family and stuff, and they obviously just had to read it in the press. She reiterated that Parker is not gay, nor did he cheat on her as far as she knows. And she said she's still conflicted about if she should be open, about why she's getting divorced or if it will kind of harm her kids. Like she's still trying to kind of navigate that. It seems like it's possible we might find out what happened. I think she really upholds her boundaries well. And I do believe if she decided to tell us, it's been a very considered decision and she knows that it will not hurt her children in the future, or at least that's what she believes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to Mini Scroll. Please rate, review, and subscribe. Please star rate us on Spotify. We're trying to get our reviews up on Spotify. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow, and wish me luck. I can't wait. I can't wait that, like, Thursday, I can't wait to sit in this chair on Thursday and be like, it's done. The day is done and we are moving on. I want to enjoy it. Wow, this is just me going on a tangent because I'm anxious. I want to enjoy it and I will. I'm going to try and soak up every minute, but I'm also ready for it to be done. Okay, goodbye.